Hey guys, it's me, Luninja, back with another video, and today we're doing What If Naruto Was in Legend of Korra Part 1, and I hope you like this video today, because, I guess it is the last video of the week. Sorry for not uploading this sooner. I mean, I could have uploaded it yesterday, I think, if I just did a little, I think I could have uploaded it yesterday. But before we get into this amazingly crafted What If, one thing I need to say is comment on my video so that way I have more ideas for other videos. I'm already currently working on What If Naruto was in Dragon Ball, but that won't come out next week, mainly because I'm also working on other videos for that week. Maybe it will come out the week after that, but I'm not completely sure. Another thing I want to get into is that I might not consistently upload week after week. I might do like 1 week, then I start working on another video for the next week after that week, and then I upload those videos that I worked on. That probably what is I might have to do, because it takes a while for me to write all the script down for the videos and then upload it onto YouTube. Not only just uploading it onto YouTube, but also writing it down, turning it into AI voice. It just takes a while for me to do all that. So I'm gonna try and maybe take like a break week and then upload after the break week is over. Also, I don't have any shoutouts for today, but hopefully I will have shoutouts for next week. Without further ado, let's get into this amazingly crafted What If.
This shit hot, boy.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a two-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stun. Oh, living lively. Everybody tryna ride my wave, they can ride me. Pull up in a foreign to the curb looking icy. I ain't never stressed about a fit, I'm on hype.
Act 1. Elemental worlds collide. Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke would hiding in a new dimension from Kaguya. The space princess would have already stolen the chakra from all people and animals on Earth, only leaving the three left, them having the most power. But Sakura and Sasuke on the brink of death. Baka. Just leave us, you can escape. No, I won't leave you too. You're my friends and the last people I have. Dead last, just listen to Sakura, we will be fine. No, you won't. But if I take you with me, we can escape. If you take us with you, you will die too, Baka. Naruto would start to tear out, some of his tears falling on his friends. Beat her for us. Okay. Sasuke would look to Sakura. How much chakra do you have left? Enough. Why? Sasuke would look at Naruto. Give dead last my eyes. Sasuke would grin. That's my gift to you, Naruto. Naruto would look at Sasuke, still crying. Okay, I accept. After transferring Sasuke's eyes to Naruto, Sakura would have given Naruto the Forbidden Scroll. This scroll had the jutsu, instructions, weapons of the ninja world. This last act would be the turning stone in Naruto avoiding Kaguya until he was strong enough to kill her. This day would finally come after Naruto learned almost every jutsu as well as creating more jutsu. Naruto would appear on a mountain. Naruto would be more lean but not the point where he would give up speed. As well as many seals on his body, 10 sealing seals on his arm and unknown seals from his back to his legs to his other arm. His jumpsuit would be no more wearing a combination of K as Cash is flak jacket, Sasuke's shirt and his toad cloak, but in black and orange. On the right arm of his long sleeve would be 5 headbands, with a headband on his head and a last one on his neck. Kaguya and Naruto would stare into each other's souls, not knowing who will strike first. Naruto thought about waiting for an attack from Kaguya, but Naruto's rage wouldn't let him after what she did. Naruto's Sharingan would glow red and his Rinnegan purple as he would rush down at Kagaya, unsealing the grass cutter from one of the 10 seals on his arm. Sending lightning chakra through the grass cutter, Naruto would clash with Kagaya's Z-Ash killer bones. Making sure not to touch the bones, he would kick Kagaya back, allowing him to charge a Rasengan. Kagaya would slap the Rasengan away, but Naruto would have disappeared and reappeared behind her. Making one unforgettable hand seal, Naruto would summon hundreds of clones. Each clone would rush at Kagaya, sending a fireball or Rasengan or an Amaterasu flame at the Princess of Chakra. Kagaya would dodge each attack, not noticing that Naruto was above her. Naruto would be charging his biggest Rasen Shuriken using Susanoo and Kurama Chakra as well as Amaterasu and all of the other elements in this attack. Now, you die. Naruto would send the Rasen Shuriken flying at Kagaya with 2 clones popping out the ground to keep her in one spot. You can't do this. Yes, I can. Oh, and there is one last thing to do. Another one of Naruto's clones would rip out the tailed beast from her, freeing them in her death. After landing, Naruto would seal up Black Zetsu. Naruto would sigh and look at the destruction caused by the battle as well as the tailed beast. After a while of silence, a bright flash. My son, you're in pain. Sage GG. Yes, it's me. Naruto would look up at his somewhat great-grandfather, first thoughts being what is going to happen. Naruto would speak up. So did you come for them? No. Came to give you a better life. Although you won't be restarting it, you will be living in an alternate dimension, if you will. What? But gone through Granny's dimensions, there wasn't any life there. Yes, but this will be an alternate dimension, one where the elemental nations was given a different direction. One with no ninja. One of balance, but of course where there is balance there is imbalance. You want me to help this world. I want you to live unlike what you did for most of your life. As well as take my other children with you. Wait, so you can't bring everyone back? No, you see, when you gained the Sharingan and Rinnegan, the sun and moon seals disappeared. Yeah, I noticed. Well, as a result of this you made my chakra and Sasuke's eyes your own. I can't gain back my chakra, so I cannot revive everyone. Naruto would look down. My son, you friend MS would want you to live on. I know. Naruto would put on a fake grin. Well, send us off. One last thing. HM. You will not be able to use normal Sage Chakra in this new world, as your chakra is a more potent version of their chi. But because you made my chakra your own, you will be able to use 6 Paths Sage Mode and Chakra Sage Mode. Are you all ready? The tailed beast and Naruto would nod, ready to begin their new adventure. The Sage of 6 Paths would send the tailed beast wood into Naruto and would then send Naruto into the new world. After being sent into this new world, Naruto would realize he was falling from the sky. Why does something like this always happen? Naruto would begin to scream until he realized he could use Chome Chakra to float down. Looking around, Naruto would see he was in a city. Looking closer, he would see people controlling elements as well as cars, some horses and some people walking. IG Sage GG wasn't kidding when he said it's basically the elemental nations but with no ninja. Naruto would jump from rooftop to rooftop, eventually finding dark-skinned girl with a ponytail unknown to Naruto. The girl had some water tribe cloths as well as a giant polar bear dog. The girl would be fighting some other benders that would have been harassing some shoe owners. Having seen enough, Naruto would have jumped down and helped the girl beat the benders. Thanks for the assistance, but I got this. The girl would have sent fire them water into one of the benders. Yeah, but I can't just not help. It's not like me. In Naruto's head, Kurama would respond. Definitely not like Kit not to talk to a actually nice girl. Naruto would do some hand signs making a earth wall, then would send a Rasengan into the stomach of a bender, then using that bender to ram the last bandit into a wall. Hey wait, you used 2 elements. Yeah, is that not normal here? You're acting like you don't live around here. Well, I guess your cloths do scream that. Could say the same for you. Back to you using 2 elements. Kid, it seems that using 2 elements is not normal, but she used 3. Call her out on that. Naruto would mentally respond. Thanks Kurama. If it's not normal to use more than 1 element, then why can you use 3? The muscly girl would grin with confidence. Well, I'm the avatar. Oh, we are using made-up words now. My explanation is I'm the Rovo. You really are from far away, even people here know what the avatar is. The 2 would be interrupted with the duo's hands getting covered in metal. Please tell me, is how these people say hello? I don't think so. The 2 would then be ambushed by what seemed to Naruto to be metal ninja, which would end in them being knocked out. Naruto would wake up seeing that he and the girl that he met were being interrogated by what seems to be a grandma covered in metal. Oh come on, we help people. You caused damage to the city without concern. Naruto would stay quiet, letting the 2 argue until they would be stopped by a bald bearded man with an arrow on his head. Sorry for the damage, I will be paying for it, and she's with me. Then what about him? Attention would be pointed to Naruto with everyone looking at him. Say something, Kit. Shikaku would speak up. Say you're the anti-avatar, that would be so funny. Matatabi would look at Shikaku. What if they think he is some sort of villain? I'm sure he could smooth it out. Gyuki would speak up. Maybe he should just tell the truth. Naruto would go back to the real world. Only a few seconds have passed. Well, my name is Naruto Uzumaki, and can I come with you too? Then I'll explain well everything. KORA, no. The girl now known as KORA would look at the arrow-headed man. Come on Tenzin, he bent 2 elements. The man now known as Tenzin would be surprised. Did you bend 2 elements? Yeah. Naruto would still be confused as to why bending 2 elements was wired, but dismissing it with the fact that he was in a new dimension. He's with us. Hell yeah. KORA would put her hand up to Naruto with him giving her a high five. Time skip. So what you're saying is you're a ninja? Yep. From a different dimension. That is the most ridiculous. Tenzin, how do you explain him bending 2 elements? He could be bending small earth that made you think it was air. Yeah, and he probably can't even walk on walls. Milo, one of Tenzin's children, would appear out of nowhere. Milo, didn't I tell you to stay outside? Well, Jinora and Ikki are in here. Tenzin would look down. Can you 2 please show yourselves now? The 2 aforementioned girls would walk out from behind the doors. I don't believe him for a second. Milo and Ikki would begin to crowd Naruto. That's what I said. Yeah, if you're a ninja, do some ninja magic. Naruto would start to smile after a while of the 2 siblings hounding him about his abilities. Well, I guess since I'm not really trying to hide myself, I can show you some jutsu. Naruto would replace himself with a log appearing next to KORA, surprising everyone. Okay, so the story he told was true doesn't mean he can stay here. Ikki and Milo would go to their father using their puppy dog eyes. Please, can Naruto stay? And KORA. Please. Tenzin would try and look away from his 2 youngest children, which wouldn't work. Fine. I was already planning to let KORA stay, but I guess Naruto can too. That's a lie. How much you want, yo? Bet you we gonna send me back home? Tenzin would look away. I wouldn't haven sent you home. You're right. Naruto would laugh. With Naruto and KORA leaving the 3 children not far behind. Can you teach us ninja magic? Can you summon animals? Can you take us to your dimension? Do you know how to use the 4 elements? Can you tell us about your adventures and powers? Ikki, leave him alone. It's fine, Jinora. In that order. No, I thought there was 5, and yes, I could definitely tell you about my past. KORA would stop and look at Naruto. What do you mean 5 elements? Well, there is fire, water, earth, air, and lightning. Lightning is a sub-element. Not in my world. The group would stop at an open area of the Temple 1 without many trees, as well as a view of Republic City. Naruto would close his eyes, breath in then breath out. This is the spot. I guess I should start with my move set. Although some moves are a bit more powerful and probably could blow up Republic City. So I'll show the basic ones. I'll also show you some of my weapons and the tailed beast. Ikki and Milo would be running around KORA with excitement while Jinora and KORA would be paying close attention. Okay, first things first, Naruto would make a clone and the clone would transform. My first two abilities, Shadow Clones and Transformation Shadow Clones, are a high-level Ken Jutsu that can make solid clones, and Transformation is another Ken Jutsu. Then there are Elemental Jutsu, which I would say is basically like bending, but they are very much different. Next is Tailed Beast Jutsu and the Tailed Beast themselves. Doing a couple of hand signs, Naruto would summon chibi versions of his Tailed Beast. Ikki, Milo and Jinora would be looking at the Tailed Beast and would jump at them. So cute. In the end, Ikki and Jinora were coddling 3 Tailed Beast each, with Milo squeezing 2 and KORA gently holding Kurama while smiling. Okay, so Naruto would explain the powers of each Tailed Beast, then would go to his left arm, ripping of the sleeve, then he would unseal all his weapons. So each seal holds a different weapon, and I have 10 seals, but some of my seals hold many. There would be a bunch of Kuni and Shuriken on the floor, the Kuni being Flying Thunder God Kuni. But really all you need to know is I have 8 different swords, some Kuni and Shuriken. Oh, but I guess the is one sword you guys should meet. KORA would laugh. You're saying it like it's a living sword. Well, you're kidding. Naruto wouldn't answer as he would unseal the sword. This was given to me by a close friend. Naruto would show them a sword covered in scales leading up to a mouth. That friend never told me its name, but I named him after that friend. His name is B. Milo would be the only one to pet the sword, with the other 3 being too scared to touch it, although KORA wouldn't admit it. And that's it. I guess we can get to stories. Time skip. And it was over. I had defeated the Space Princess, but I had no one in the end. And then I came here. Naruto would sheepishly laugh. After hearing the last bit of the story, the 4 Polyos have fallen asleep. I should get them into their beds. Naruto would put everyone into their room and would find a tree to sleep on. Act 2. Pro Bending. Naruto would be given a rude awakening when Kiki, Milo and Jinora would awaken him with pots and pans. Because of this, Naruto would fall out the tree. Ow. What are you 3 doing? Dad told us to get you for air bending training. What? But I don't need to train. Dad knew you would say that, so he told us to tell you that you can always train. Or he could kick you out. Naruto would close his eyes, making himself look more like a fox. You're not kidding, are you? Nope. Naruto would begin to stretch. Fine, I'll join. Milo, Ikki and Jinora would take Naruto to Tenpin, where he would see KORA in a air nomad outfit. Trying not to laugh, he would start pointing at KORA. Don't you even think about it. Naruto would bust out laughing. I'm sorry, but isn't a good look for you, Miss Avatar. KORA's eyebrow would twitch. So you mind telling what these books are? KORA would take out some of Naruto's Ika books. Those aren't mine, and how did you even get those? Well, I found them, and if they aren't yours, why do you have them? My sensei made them. Tenzin would interrupt the 2 before anything else could happen. You 2 are here for air bending training. Yeah, and I wanted to ask. Why am I here? I can already control air. You see, while you don't bend, I thought it would be great if you would learn some of our culture. Also my temple, my rules. I see. Just to let you know, you're not getting me inside of that suit. Good enough. First things first. Meditation. As air nomads, we try and stay free, as my father would put it. But we also must relax our minds. And that's where meditation comes in. Tenzin, Naruto, KORA, Ikki and Jinora would start to meditate, with Milo falling asleep. After a few minutes, KORA would spring up. I can't just sit here and stay still. I came here to learn air bending. The others would open their eyes. Well, this is a part of airbending. See how concentrated yet relaxed Milo is. Naruto would look to Milo. Actually, I think he is asleep. Oh. I guess we could move on. Tenzin would move everyone to another part of the air temple where KORA and Naruto could see an array of fans that spin with the wind. Jinora, I'm sure you can demonstrate how to be the leaf. Per se. Jinora would bow and would send air through the fans. She would then move her way through the fans, getting through without getting hit by a single one. So we just got to do that. It's gonna be easy, right, Naruto? Yep, easy. Naruto would activate his Reni Sharingan and would move through the fans, getting close to the end until he was hit out by a fan that he didn't see. KORA would be struggling to hold in her laugh. Don't you even? KORA would begin to laugh non-stop. I'm sorry, just give me a sec. It's not as easy as Jinora made it look. If you don't believe me, you do it. I will, and it will be easy. KORA would move through the fans until she would be hit out just like Naruto, causing him to laugh. It's not funny. Sure it's not. Milo and Ikki would speak out. Make sure to be the leaf. Naruto and KORA would get up ready to try again. They would each take turns going through the fan contraption, trying and ultimately failing each time. Be the leaf. What does that even mean? Milo and Ikki would shrug as the four would look to Jinora and Tenzin, with Jinora being the one to speak up. Be relaxed, don't go against the wind expecting to get out unscathed. Naruto and KORA would sweat drop. You make it sound so easy. Yeah, how are we supposed to do that with multiple fans trying to hit us? Tenzin would clear his throat, getting the attention of 5. I believe that we should try again tomorrow. Take some time to rest. Time skip. KORA would be listening into guards, listening to the radio which would be playing pro bending. After a while of this, Naruto would appear, startling KORA. Hey! Don't just pop out of nowhere like that. Sorry. So what you doing? Listening to pro bending. What even is that? Think of it like boxing but with bending. Naruto and KORA would listen for a while until Tenzin would stop the two, send them back to their room. After a little bit, Naruto and KORA both sneak out of their rooms, eventually bumping into each other. Ugh, hey. Yeah, hey. What are you doing out of your room? What does it look like? What are you doing out of your room? Well, same as you. So we are sneaking out to see that pro bending match, aren't we? Naruto would grin while looking at the night sky. Would be a shame if we didn't. I look so great out, a perfect night to see some guys fight. KORA and Naruto would begin to grin at each other. Naruto would jump down off the side of Airbender Island and would begin to walk on water towards the bending arena. KORA would not be far behind, using her water bending to swim fast next to Naruto. Last one there has to figure out a way to sneak inside. KORA would pass Naruto. You're on. Naruto would begin running faster, the two friends making their way to the arena and sneaking inside. Wow, never thought I would see the inside of this place. I never knew I wanted to see this place. Hey you two, what are you doing here? The two would be stopped by a grumpy man who would then walk over to them. Well, I'm sir, we were just trying to find our way to the arena. Where are you tickets? Tickets. Oh yeah, tickets. Ugh. The two would be stuck, as it seemed that just as they got in they would be kicked out. It's okay, they're with me. Okay Bolin, but next time make sure you keep your friends out of trouble. Will do, sir. Naruto and KORA would be taken by Bolin to a locker room that was occupied by 2 other people. The two seemed to be getting ready for a match. Bolin, who are these two? Mako, they're friends, I want them to see our match. Mako would look straight at Bolin. They didn't have tickets, did they? Bolin would look away. It's not his fault. Look, I really don't care, you two can stay, but you're leaving when the match is done. Hearing this, Bolin would put his helmet on, ready for the match. As the 3 teens get into the arena, immediately Bolin and their waterbender teammate would get blasted off, leaving Mako by himself. Maki would hold his own, knocking 2 players from the opposite team back until eventually getting knocked off. Next round about the same would happen, but this time with his fire bending and ferocity Maki would knock off everyone from the other team. As the fire ferrets would go back to the locker with KORA beaming. That was great. How? Please be quiet. Bolin, are you okay? I think that last hit knocked my arm out its socket. I don't think I'll be able to play tomorrow. What about you, Hansok? The boy now known as Hansok would glare at Mako. There is no chance in playing again, and even if I wanted to we would need another earthbender before the match next night. Sorry Maki, but I'm out. Hansok would leave. Damn, that was harsh. Mako would leave to go to train with Bolin, leading his 2 new friends to Mako. Hey Bolin, I know you're hurt, but I want to know if you could teach me some moves. Bolin would look confused. Well, I could, but I don't know how that would work with your water bending. Well, I'm an earth bender. Sorry, it's just that your getup makes you look like a water bender. Well, I'm a water bender too. What? And a earth and fire bender. I'm so confused. Maki in realization would sigh. You're the avatar and I'm an idiot. You could say that again. I'm KORA, by the way. Nice to meet the avatar, but who is he? Everyone would look to Naruto, who would be eating some ramen. Oh, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the unpredictable gutsy shinobi. Naruto would grin as Bolin and Mako would look at him confused. Wait, are you an earthbender? You could say that. Mako would look up. That's a specific way of saying that. Wait. Maki and Bolin would look at each other. So those rumors about a ninja being in Republic City are true. Naruto would look at the 2 brothers with a sweat drop. You guys took 2 seconds to figure out I'm a ninja. Well, you do fit the description that everyone is talking about. So wait, are you like a avatar too? Naruto would think for a second. I mean, technically you could classify me as an avatar, but I'm not really an avatar per se. Naruto would explain how he got to Republic City. Wow, that crazy. Mako would think for a little bit, then speak to Naruto. Do you think that you and KORA could be replacement benders? Well, yeah. Naruto would slurp up some noodles that were hanging from his mouth. But would that be allowed? Sure. Not like we got any other options. Well, okay. I guess we could be replacement binders. What go you think, KORA? Naruto would look to KORA. That would be the best. Well, that's settled. We will do it. Maki would stand up. Well, we should train you 2 up, cause we ain't losing this one. Naruto would grin, standing up, then walk to Mako. You bet you got 2 of the strongest people on your team. Naruto would turn to KORA. Ready, KORA? KORA jump up, grin right back at Naruto. Hell yeah, let's do this. Time skip. KORA and Naruto would wake up ready to get past the air bending contraption. Naruto and KORA would arrive to Tenzin at the same time and would nod at each other. I see you 2 are ready for some training. Yeah, we are ready, we are all pumped up. KORA would laugh with Naruto sheepishly scratching the back of his head. Well, that's good. Tenzin would smile. To the fans. Arriving at the fans, Naruto would rush in, getting hit by all the fans, then getting smacked out. KORA would take a second, then would look back to the fans, getting herself ready to finally get past the fans. KORA would be doing well, weaving through the fans until she would be hit by a fan, then she would be hit by another. Eventually she would push through the fans using her fire bending to destroy the contraption with rage. Tenzin would look at KORA, then back to the fans that she destroyed. With a roar, Tenzin would yell at KORA. That instrument was a air bending relic and you just destroyed it. Well, maybe if you would just teach me air bending, then it would still be there. Air bending is about evading, not ferocity. If you want to learn air bending, then you will need to listen. Why would I listen to someone that probably can't teach me? Tenzin's anger would boil over, finally having enough. Well, maybe you should just go back to the water tribe. KORA would look surprised, then go back to glaring at Tenzin, then would leave. Naruto would get up. I'll go after her, don't worry. Naruto would go after KORA, catching up quickly. Hey, you alright? KORA would look to Naruto. Well, it's just I came here to learn airbending, but it feels like I'm far from ever even touching it, let alone mastering it. And then Tenzin makes it so much harder. We practically have no freedom, and it feels like there is some other way for me to learn airbending. Well, Tenzin is right about one thing: you need to go with the flow. But at the same time you need some way to express the extra energy and rage you have. You probably wouldn't have destroyed the fan thing if you had an outlet. Naruto would look to the city. So you're not playing any sides? Not how I work. Most of my enemies became my friends in the end. Not just that, but I always look underneath the underneath. Those are some wise words. Don't tell me you thought of them. Nah, my second sensei taught me that. He taught me a lot, but at the same time nothing much. KORA would laugh. Sounds like he and Tenzin would get along. Naruto would think for a bit. I don't think they would. Naruto would look to KORA. You know, you seem calmer. KORA would sheepishly laugh. Well, time flies when you're talking to a friend. Naruto and KORA would walk to a lower part of the Airbender Island. There they would train for a little. That all you got, Avatar? Naruto would grin, resting the Kubikiri Bocho on his shoulder. Not even close, just need to rest. KORA would sit down with Naruto, putting his blade in the ground and sitting next to her. Silence would wash over the two, ending with KORA leaning her head on Naruto's shoulder. Kit. Naruto's attention would be pulled to the tailed beast residing inside of him. Hey guys, what you need? Chome would get up. You now is the perfect moment to tell her how you feel. Chome, I don't think now is. Kit, we know that you feel like you will get rejected, like what happened with Sakura all those times before. But you know she's not like the Banshee, so why not at least try? I will, just not right now. Okay Kit, but if you don't hurry up we will tell her. Okay Kurama. Naruto would be back in the real world, realizing how much time passed, KORA now being asleep. Naruto would wake her up. Echem. Yes Naruto. We got to get to the bending ring. Oh yeah. KORA would yawn and get up, letting Naruto teleport the two to Mako. God, don't just do that. You scared me. Sorry Mako, just wanted to get here quickly. KORA, Mako and Naruto would get ready for the match, with Bolin cheering them on. Maki would lead the two, using his fire to push the opposite leader back. KORA would end up being double-teamed, pushing her back. Eventually KORA would use her other elements to save herself, Naruto using wind and Amaterasu to help her. The commentator would express surprise and get out of his seat. It seems that the rumors of the Avatar and a ninja being in the city are true. It seems both used elements that were not promoted. The ref says that if they do not use their other elements they will be allowed to keep playing. After a while of fighting there were no shifts in the battle, leading to half-time. Naruto and KORA would be surprised that Tenzin would be in their locker room. Tenzin, before you say anything, I bring KORA into this, please don't punish her. Punishment is not needed. You two showed the aspects of an airbender by dodging those attacks. You were really being the leaf. Tenzin would smile at the two, making them surprised. So we aren't in trouble? Naruto would grin. No, you definitely are. But first, best that other team with everything you got. Naruto would grin at Mako and KORA, getting a smirk from Mako and a smile from KORA. The new team would be doing very good in this battle. Naruto using his Earth Jutsu to control the tablets to protect his teammates and attack their opponents. KORA would use her water to keep the opposite team on their toes, allowing Mako to knock all of them out of bounds, getting them the win. Getting back to the locker, the four friends would celebrate, with Naruto and KORA having to leave. You two were amazing. I'm sorry for taking the little freedom you had away. You two can keep fighting in pro bending as it is helping KORA. Naruto and KORA would look to each other, then back to Tenzin. Not what you expected, was it? No, but I guess I got something to say. I'm sorry for saying you're a bad teacher. It's fine KORA, let's just get back to the island. Act 3. Dragon vs Tyrant. Naruto and KORA would currently be sparing each other, Naruto only using his clones to help KORA go up against multiple attackers. Naruto would think to himself, "It's been a while since Bolin got hurt and me and KORA became part of the team. I really got to find a way to make that money so we can go to the finals, or me and KORA joining would be all for nothing." Naruto would dodge a earth spike heading his way, causing him to do multiple hand signs, plunging himself into the earth, popping out and pinning KORA with clones. 1 point for Godly Ninja, 0 for Avatar. Naruto would look to Milo. "Thanks Milo. Can I get up now?" "Sure." Naruto would get off of KORA with the two looking at their worst enemy. The fans of Doom cleverly renamed by Milo and Naruto after KORA, and Naruto still couldn't get through it. "You think we should, you know?" "No, I think we need a little more time." Naruto would nod. "Well, what else to do?" Milo would run to Naruto, pulling the side of his pants. "Remember what you said you had to tell KORA?" Naruto would suddenly remember his conversation with the very young airbender, with KORA turning to the two. "Tell me what?" "Well, I was thinking about some stuff and..." Naruto would be interrupted by Ikki and Jinora running to KORA. "KORA, there is a cute boy at the front of the gates looking for you and Naruto." KORA would look at Jinora and Ikki, with the two taking Naruto and KORA to the front of Airbender Island. "Oh, it's just Mako." Naruto would walk forward, leaving the three girls to themselves. Ikki would be the first to speak. "Do you like Mako?" "What, no, he's more of a friend, sometimes associate, considering that he only ever really talks to me when we are in pro bending or around Naruto." Jinora would be the next to speak up next. "I told you she liked Big Brother." "Wait, Big Brother, who is this?" "Wait, do you mean Naruto?" Jinora would be sheepish, scratching the back of her head like Naruto would. "Well, yeah, Naruto really treats us like his siblings. Thought you would notice, but he is kinda like our big brother." Ikki and Jinora would grin at each other, reminding her of Naruto. Thinking on it more, she would find that Naruto is really one of her only friends. Not only that, is basically the only person and first person that would treat her like she didn't need to be protected. The revelation that she might like Naruto would cause KORA to blush. Naruto would come over with Mako. "Hey KORA, have you seen Bolin?" KORA would think back to last time she saw Bolin, causing her to shake her head no. "Not since our last meeting. Damn it, I'm worried he hasn't been home since." Naruto would look to Mako and would pat his shoulder. "Don't worry, we can help you find him. Thanks, I tell ya, if I get any information." Mako would leave the island, leaving the four in silence. "So when are you two gonna date?" KORA would blush and would earth bend the two young airbenders into the air. Naruto would blink, then blush at what Ikki and Jinora had said, then look to KORA. "So we gonna ignore them?" KORA would shake her head. "We can talk about it if you want." Jinora and Ikki would float down, landing near Naruto. "That wasn't very nice, KORA." Still blushing, KORA would turn to Ikki. "Well, you guys don't just say something as random as that." Ikki and Jinora would shrug and leave the two alone. "So?" Naruto would scratch the back of his head. "I wanted to know if we could." KORA would punch Naruto's shoulder playfully and would smile. "You don't even need to ask." Naruto would grin and the new couple would go back to training. After a while, Naruto and KORA would meet up with Mako, who was staking out a spot where Equalists were known to pop up a lot. "So Mako, why we here?" Naruto would look to Mako. "Well, I got information that Bolin was last seen taken by someone with ties to the Equalist. And Equalists have been known to be spreading their propaganda here." After a while of sitting down and doing nothing, Naruto would see Equalist heading their way. "Hey, you guys see the guys with gauntlets and masks?" Maki would sit up. "Yeah." KORA would run beside Naruto. Finally, something happens after a while. Naruto would unseal Kurikiri Bocho and Samayada. Note: I forgot the sword's name from before, but I looked it up after and didn't feel like going back, sorry. Naruto would send wine chakra through the two swords getting ready to fight. KORA and Maki would rush at their opponents using elements to try and blast each one back. Unfortunately, the two would eventually be taken down with chi blocking. Naruto would not go down easily or at all, using his very large swords to block each attack that would come at him. Using his ninja skills to disappear from the chi blocker's sight, Naruto would appear with clones. With him and each clone holding a Rasengan, the clones would plunge the attacks into each chi blocker, sending them flying. Naruto would take his two friends to a bench as the chi blockers would disappear. As the three fell asleep, they would awaken to yelling of an equalist in the morning. Having her movement and bending back, KORA would full wake up the two boys. "Hey guys, wake up. HM. Oh hey KORA. Guys look." Mako and Naruto would look to the equalist, who would be spreading propaganda to non-benders. Naruto would get up and would walk to the equalist with Maki and KORA not far behind. Knowing that KORA would speak up about bending, Naruto would cover her mouth. KORA would look to Naruto. "We have an advantage. Them knowing that we know something is up would be very bad. Let me handle this one, okay?" Naruto would transform into an unassuming man and would go to the equalist, coming back with a flyer. "Why did you get a flyer?" Naruto would turn back to normal. They put a location on the back of the flyer. This is problematic, where they are keeping Bolin. Mako would look at the flyer, then would give it to Naruto, with Naruto ripping it up. "Why did you?" "We don't need it. I know the place, time we need to be there. I also placed multiple Harishin marks on people to make sure we can get in without being spotted." KORA would grin. "You really think ahead." Naruto would smile at KORA. "Well, when you're a ninja you really got to think ahead." The three would make their way to the meeting place of the equalist at nightfall. As they get there, they use Naruto's Harishin to get in and hide while watching closely. The three would see three men tied up and Bolin tied up as well. Naruto would keep his two friends calm, trying to make sure they had the right time to get Bolin. A few minutes would pass and a masked man would reveal himself. The masked man would wave his arms, causing everyone to be silent. It seems the masked man would be preparing himself for something with what could only be a tired grunt after lowering his arms. After a few seconds of silence, the man would look up. "I am Amon. I am the one that will lead you all to our goal. We will destroy bending as a whole. Republic City will know our roar." Amon would point to Bolin and the other men. "These people are ones of the worst types of benders, using their bending to oppress us." KORA would scowl, taking in the words that Amon was saying and hating every single one. How could someone who is only looking at the bad say anything about bending? Amon would keep going in his speech until he would stop getting cheers from everyone excluding Naruto, KORA, and Mako. "And finally, we will make a move. I will use these four as an example of my ability." One of the men looking to be dressed like a fire bender would be set before Amon. "I will take this man's bending away permanently." Amon would turn Yo, the cowering man, who would try to use his lightning to break free. Amon would maneuver around to the back of the man, placing his right hand's thumb on the man's forehead and placing his left on his back. Eventually the man's lightning would turn into fire, then the fire would dissipate. KORA and Mako would look to Naruto as if asking if they should act now. Naruto would move to his arm, unsealing the grass cutter and jumping up on the stage, kicking Amon back. "Go! Get Bolin!" The two benders, moving quickly, would get to Bolin and untie him. Naruto would glare at the downed masked man, his eyes turning scarlet red. As the masked man would get up, Naruto could feel him return his glare. Their opposing wills going against each other, as Naruto's friends would come to him, allowing him to teleport them away. The three benders would take a moment while Naruto would still glare, but now glaring at Republic City. "Did you see what he did to that fire bender?" KORA, out of breath, would look to Mako. "Yeah, he. How did he?" KORA would shake her head. "I don't know. But looking back, right now, no bender is safe." Naruto would turn back to his friends. You're right about one thing, no bender is safe. Not until we stop him. Naruto would grin, his red eyes turning the natural blue. KORA, Mako and Bolin would look at each other, then back to Naruto, Bolin being the first to speak. Stop a guy with the ability to permanently take away bending and an army of chi blockers. Naruto would shrug. We could do it. KORA would smirk. Sometimes you can be an idiot. But I guess you're right. Naruto would smirk back. I'm always right, Miss Avatar. Mako and Bolin would look to the two. This is different. Naruto would look over Yo Bolin. What do you mean? Well, you two are friendly, but this seems different. Naruto would shrug, with the group looking back to Republic City, uncertain of how they would face this new threat. Act 4. True Fear. KORA would wake up in a fright, sweating, but eventually would realize her experiences had created a nightmare. Getting up, she would eventually find her way outside, where she would be ambushed by chi blockers, then taken to a new area. As KORA would wake up, the first thing she would see would be Amon and her arms hanging from chains. KORA would look at Amon, and give a false grin. You really need to do better. I mean, I'm the Avatar and my friends will come for me. Amon would laugh at KORA, making her mask of confidence crumble. Your friends did come. But they were unable to help when I took their bending and chakra away. A light would flash and move, revealing a tied-up Naruto. KORA would be afraid and would shout, Naruto, let him go. Amon would grab Naruto's chin, lifting his face up, showing his lifeless eyes to KORA. He doesn't have the will to be free. Amon would drop Naruto and would move to KORA. And after all of that, no one will save you. Amon would put his thumb to KORA's forehead. No. You can't. Stop. KORA would try to struggle, but eventually her bending would be gone. Screaming in pain and fear, KORA would wake up. Waking up, KORA would see the visage of a sleeping Naruto on her right. It had been a while since they had saved Bolin from Amon. Since then, KORA has been having vivid nightmares. Along with the new Team Avatar getting a reminder that they need money for the finals. KORA and the rest would have all pulled their money in to try and pay, but they still needed a lot more. Getting up, KORA would leave her room and would put her usual attire on and would start her air-bending training for the day. After a while of training, KORA would be interrupted by Naruto, who had just woken up. Hey KORA. KORA would smile, glad to have something finally take her mind off her nightmare, as the training wasn't working. Naruto would sit next to KORA, looking ready to help KORA train. Made any progress? No, not really, but I feel like I'm close. KORA would say with a grin, causing Naruto to smile. Mind if I help out? Not at all. I could use a spar. Naruto would walk to the opposite side of KORA with a grin. Don't think just cause we are dating I'll take it any easier on you. KORA would grin at this. I would have said the same thing. The couple would rush at each other, Naruto using an earth wall to stop KORA's fire slash. Naruto would jump up away from the earth wall, charging some of Komiai's chakra, creating an earth dragon. KORA, seeing this, would smirk as she would make complex movements to mimic the dragon using fire. The two dragons would collide, creating a massive explosion and smoke. As the smoke would clear, the two would be at it again with complex punches and kicks, KORA using her elements to give her attacks more power. Eventually the two would gain an audience in Ikki, Milo and Jinora. Naruto would dodge under a ice spike and would capture KORA in a hug, stopping her movement, getting an ah from Ikki and Jinora and a yuck from Milo. As the battle was over, the five would take notice the radio KORA had stopped playing music and instead Amon was speaking through a broadcast. Fellow non-benders. I have found that the United Republic Council has decided to create a task force to stop us. It seems that the benders still seek to try and hold us down. This is only proof of that fact, but don't be afraid. For it is the benders' turns to feel that fear. KORA would have shivered through the entire broadcast, getting the attention of Naruto and his surrogate siblings. KORA, you okay? KORA KORA would rest her head on Naruto's chest, not answering. We could talk about it if that would help. KORA would nod, seeing this all happen in front of them. Ikki and Jinora would once again say, as with Milo saying yuck, the three airbenders deciding to leave the two alone. Naruto would look to KORA, who still hasn't moved since the broadcast. KORA, deeming it as the right time to speed, would finally do so. I'm afraid. Naruto wouldn't say anything. Afraid that I could lose my bending, lose to Amon, lose all bending altogether. And most of all, I'm afraid I would lose you. Naruto would be surprised, not expecting to hear this from KORA, although he did suspect that she was being more calm than she let on. Naruto, trying to soothe her, would finally speak. We won't lose, we got each other's backs. Will you watch out for me? Naruto would feel KORA's head move up then down, then would hear her begin to speak. Will you watch out for me? Naruto would smile. Of course. The two would stay there for a while until they would be called in for dinner. Naruto and KORA would sit down ready to see what Pema cooked. Note, if you don't know who Pema is. She is Tenzin's wife, and there is a lot to unpack. Main thing being she is a 9-bender, a free spirit, and pregnant. Back to the what if. Pema would hand out the food, with Milo being as hyperactive as usual would bounce around waiting for his food. Tenzin would be in the middle of praying until an uninvited guest would interrupt. Hello airbending family and Avatar. Naruto wouldn't take offense to not being noticed at this point, seeing himself as part of the airbending family. Tenzin wouldn't be showing his anger at seeing the newcomer, but still everyone could feel the tension. What are you doing here, Tarlok? The man now known as Tarlok would pretend to be hurt. I can't just pop in to say hi. Pema, being very much annoyed at Tarlok's sudden appearance, would answer for Tenzin. No, you can't. Wow, that hurts. Well, it doesn't matter, I'm here to ask the Avatar something anyway. Tarlok would turn to KORA, who would be halfway done her ramen. Flashback. Naruto would be eating a cup of ramen that he had brought to this new world. Only problem being that he was running low, so he decided to go to Pema with this dilemma. Hey Pema. Oh please, you're practical part of the family at this point, call me mom. Okay cousin. I needed to know, do we have any ramen? Pema would give a confused look at Naruto. Ramen? Yeah. Never heard of it. Naruto would blink. No ramen. Naruto's stomach would growl in shock of hearing the only food that it has gotten for years would not be in this new world. Ramen. Naruto would fall on the floor. No ramen. Pema, being very confused, would ask if Naruto was okay. The food of the gods doesn't exist here. Pema would smile. You helped me out so much with the kids, I'm sure I could help you make this. Ramen. Just tell me how it's made. That would begin a trial and error for the two, trying to recreate Naruto's favorite food. After a while Pema would get the food down, but state that Naruto would not be eating it every day like he used to. Flashback end. After the long pause, KORA would finally answer. What do you need? Join my task force. KORA would remember the words Amon said on the radio and would turn away from Tarlok. No thank you. What do you mean no? Slurping up a noodle, Naruto would look at Tarlok. She said no bud, deal with it. Tarlok would scowl. Come on, join, you won't regret it. Tenzin would finally have enough and would stand up. If you can't respect someone's wishes, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Tarlok would begrudgingly leave the island. Time skip. KORA and Naruto would wake up to another gift from Tarlok, this time it being a new car. Milo and Ikki, seeing the present, would have pretended to drive it. KORA would wall to the delivery guy to tell him to return it. This is like the 50th thing he sent. I know it's getting boring, the guy just can't handle no. Time skip. Naruto and KORA would be training until Tenzin would appear in front of the match. You too, Tarlok has made a gala for KORA and he wants all of us to watch it. There will be many people, but he is calling you the guest of honor. Naruto and KORA would look at each other, then back to Tenzin. Yes, I know he is planning something. But it would be rude of us not to go at least. KORA would sigh. Hopefully this won't be that bad. The residents of Airbender Island would make their way to the gala. KORA and Naruto would find their way to Mako Bolin and new girl next to Mako. Hey Mako, didn't know you got a girl. Maki would smirk. Yeah, and before the great and powerful shinobi. Naruto would grin. Well, me and KORA are a thing. KORA would blush and look away. Bolin and Mako being surprised. Naruto and KORA would sit down next to their friends. That actually explains a lot. By the way, this is Asami. Nice to meet ya. Naruto would grin while KORA was still blushing. Asami would return Naruto's grin with a smile. Mako told me so much about you and KORA. A great ninja and avatar. Ah, you make me blush. Bolin would speak up to the late couple. Oh yeah, Asami is like loaded. Her dad is sponsoring the Fire Ferrets. Being excited by the news, Bolin would high-five his Fire Ferret Pabu. The would look to the gala, seeing the show that was meant to persuade KORA. After the show, KORA and Naruto would make their way out, getting surrounded by journalists and photographers. Avatar KORA. Why don't you want to join the Tarlock, a task force? A flash of a camera would momentarily blind the couple. Is it true that you're seeing the Red Shinobi, one-time member of the Fire Ferrets? Another flash of a camera would blind the two again. What will you do about Amon and the Equalist? A couple more flashes would erupt with a journalist pushing through the crowd. Are you scared of Amon? This would be that last straw for KORA, as she would grab Naruto's arm and force their way to the stage. Listen up. I am Avatar KORA. And I am here to help. I will not stop until Amon is taken down. Therefore I will join Tarlock Task Force. Naruto would look at KORA surprised and would sigh, but would ultimately end up smiling. Time skip. KORA and the task force had taken down an operation of Equalist equipment being moved around the city. This would give KORA confidence to personally challenge Amon at on Memorial Island. Naruto would be minding his own business, with him training his ninja skills until Naruto would feel a tug on one of his Hiraishin marks. Naruto, pulling at the lingering chakra of the mark, would be teleported to KORA, who was being consoled by Tenzin. Tenzin would look at Naruto with a sad look on his face, hand KORA to him. Looking at KORA's tired and beaten look, Naruto could piece together what happened. As her challenging Amon didn't go well. Act 5. The Rage of a Sage. A lot had happened in the few weeks that Amon had hurt the one that Naruto loves the most. After this had happened, Naruto would have non-stop training for himself at a time in secret. His clones would go over practically everything that Naruto had learned over the years, while Naruto would train his body. Other than this, the Fire Ferrets won their first match of the finals before Amon threatened to end pro bending by taking over the stadium. This of course wouldn't have stopped the Ferrets from explaining why they shouldn't close the stadium. This would not go as planned, as the stadium was ambushed and shut down, leaving Bolin and Maki out of a home. Asami would be the one to take the two brothers into her family estate. This would eventually lead to Naruto and KORA coming over for a couple of weeks. Naruto and KORA would be laying together relaxing in a tree, while Bolin, Mako and Asami used Sato mobiles to race each other. Naruto would look over to his three friends who were racing, and after looking would close his eyes, going into his mindscape. We were beginning to wonder when you were gonna get here, Kit. Kurama would be laying on his arms as the other tailed beast would give their attention to Naruto. I want to find Amon. A small silence would be broken when Naruto would begin to speak again. I'm gonna make him pay for what he did. He has hurt many, including KORA. I'm not just gonna sit here and not look for him. The first tailed beast to speak up would surprisingly be Shikako. We know Naruto. But it's gonna be very hard for us to find him, especially with this world using chi and not chakra. Kurama would open one eye. Kid, I suggest you look into this Asami Sato's father. I know you sense that he is hiding something. Naruto would nod. Also Kit, to let you know you won't be able to use our chakra. This is because we will be using it to find a mon and fine-tuning it to match the wavelength of chi. Thanks you guys. No problem Kit. Naruto would exist his mindscape. Before this though, Kurama and the rest of the tailed beast would absorb KORA into the mindscape. What, where am I? KORA would look up to the giant animals in front of her. The only tailed beast to speak up would be Kurama. KORA, remember me? You're that fox that. Oh, so am I. Yep, in Kit's mind. But scratch that, you made a promise that you would have Kit's back. That's all I brought you here for. KORA, confused, would look up at the giant fox. What do you mean? Well, you can't protect Kit if you don't have all of your strength. Kit is also very bad at taking care of himself, always looking out for others instead. Well, I can't exactly learn air bending in an instant. Well, you would be able to if you weren't blocking yourself off. KORA would glare at the orange bunny-eared fox. I'm not blocking myself. You are, but I can tell you how to stop blocking yourself. Let go of your fears. Those are what are holding you back. You can't be held down by them. But how am I supposed to let it go? Kurama would sigh. Put your fist out. KORA would comply, making a fist and stretching her arm out. Kurama would bump her fist with his giant hand, sending his chakra through her and blocking her air bending. Now you will be able to protect Kit. Have his back or I'll kill you. Kurama would go back to sleep, sending KORA out of the mindscape, waking her up. KORA would move out of the tree, having realized Naruto had already disappeared. Seeing as Kurama had helped her unlock her air bending, she wanted to tell Naruto as soon as possible. Unknown to her, Naruto and her other friends had gone looking for answers from Asami father. The group suspected that Asami father had ties to the Equalist. Mainly the fact that the police force of Republic City was investigating Cabbage Corp. Well, that was most of the factories. Maki, Bolin and Asami would look to Naruto. You sure that this is a good idea? What if my dad finds us snooping? Naruto would shrug. If my hunch is wrong, which it never is, he won't think much of it. Naruto would look down at the list of factories that was given to him by Asami. Hey, there is one left. The group would gather around Naruto, seeing the location for the last factory. If you're wrong, Uzumaki, you owe me the ramen that you speak too highly of. The group would make their way to the factory and make their way inside. Looking around, the group would eventually find nothing. Mako would look at Naruto with an annoyed look. Look Naruto, there is nothing here, so we might as well. Naruto would interrupt the fire bender as he had found a hatch to no one knows where. Naruto would grin at Mako. This doesn't prove anything. Mako would be the last one down the hatch, with everyone moving quickly through the secret part of the factory. Eventually they would stop at an opening where the group could see many Equalist weapons and equipment. Naruto could also see new drones meant for the Equalist, made out of a non-bendable material. Asami, Mako and Bolin would look at the undeniable proof of what Naruto said being true, Bolin being the one. Yo, break the silence. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Naruto. Thanks, Bolin. Naruto would cross his arms. Doesn't change how bad this is though. Suddenly rumbling could be heard, with many Equalist in exo-suits would move in. Naruto would charge a Rasengan and use it to knock back most of the Equalist. Unfortunately, the four would be surrounded and wouldn't be able to make an escape. There would be silence until one of the exo-suits would open, showing Asami's dad in one of them. Dad. Mr. Sato would have a small smile. Please Asami, remember what those benders did to your mother. Asami would double back and start glaring at her father. You are helping a Max man start a war. Would mom have wanted that? Mr. Sato would not see reason with this comment and would close his hatch, causing the other Equalist to move in. Bolin, using his earth to create a barrier, would keep the Equalist back. That's not gonna hold them forever. Kurama would begin to speak to Naruto. He is here. Naruto would get serious. You three escape. Naruto would send a raisin shuriken into the ceiling, creating a hole for them to escape. What about you? I got unfinished business. Naruto would rush through Bolan Earth Wall, creating a distraction allowing the other three to escape. Naruto would rush through the underground base, taking down anyone that came too close. Naruto wouldn't notice, but this underground base stretched through the city and he was making his way to the heart of the city. Eventually Naruto would stop finding Amon. Naruto's eyes would go red as he and Amon would stare each other down again. So the shinobi shows himself. Oh, shut it, Amon, I came here for one reason and one reason only. To end you. Naruto would activate his Reni Sharingan and unsealing the grass cutter. Naruto and Amon would rush at each other. Naruto and Amon weaving through each other's attacks, no one landing a hit yet. Naruto would eventually cut off Amon's mask, showing his scared face. Is that the reason you hate benders? Amon would look back at Naruto. No, the two would rush at each other again, this time each side getting damage done to them. Naruto would eventually get the upper hand using his advanced blade skills to catch Amon off guard. Naruto using this would send a Rasengan into Amon, sending him through the ceiling into Republic City and then straight into water. Naruto would follow Amon, waiting for something to happen. Amon would appear from the water, his scar gone, using water bending to float himself. With most non-benders being surprised at the one that hates bending can bend. Wow, how hypocritical Amon. Naruto would appear behind Amon and would plunge him back into the ground, knocking him out. Time skip. Tarlok and Amon would be sharing a cell, as after Chief Bifong had enough of the suspicious behavior of Tarlok, they did a full background check, finding information that him and Amon were brothers and blood benders. Naruto and KORA would leave the two siblings, having saved bending as a whole, now getting ready to convince benders and non-benders to be peaceful again.
Thank you for watching the video, but like I said before, I might need some time to upload the other videos, other what ifs that will be coming out this, well, not be coming out this week. I don't know if they will be coming out this week, but I might need some time to get on those videos, especially with there being like three 1 hour videos each time I upload, just to give you guys more story. Without further ado, Lil Ninja out.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a two-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my heart, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I'm a stun. Oh, living lively. Everybody tryna ride my wave, they can ride me. Pull up in a foreign to the curb looking icy. I ain't never stressed about a fit, I'm on hype.